let's get right to this. There's a call for an Oscar boycott. They're getting louder and louder over the lack of diversity among the nominees. But here's my question. Why is this a conversation that we only have once a year? Because every year, we get all fired up, and then the rest of the year, nobody says anything. These movies have been coming out. We've been going to see them. I'm sure people notice when there's lack of diversity in the movie. So why are we speaking about it now?
It's like Christmas. You only talk about it once a year because there it is in your face. It's the same thing. Yeah. And so here it is again.
But it's in your face all the time when you go to the movie.
But this is a lightning rod, I think, that just reminds people of how white people are awarded.
And I think, you know, we always think it's going to get better. Because last year, there was that hashtag Oscars So White, and we had this conversation last year.
2 years ago.
2 years ago, and I really thought it was going to get better this year. And I'm actually surprised it isn't better, because when you look at the stats, 46% of the $1.2 billion in movie tickets sold in the U.S. in 2014 were purchased by African Americans.
True.
46%,
but you're not nominating
half.
the people seeing the movies, you're nominating the people in the movies. And the real problem is there aren't a lot of movies that feature African Americans. You had Creed this year, where Stallone was the only actor nominated. The irony of that, not lost. You had Straight Outta Compton. The only people nominated for that were the 2 white writers. So there are issues, and you know.
But there's real purchasing power, and that's my point. And so I'm sort of surprised at that. I mean, if you look at Ride Along 2, which came out this weekend, it bumped Star Wars out of the #1 spot.
Okay, but Ride Along 2 is not getting nominated anytime.
It's not, but it goes to show you the power of the African-American dollar, and that's why I think Jada Pinkett Smith and others are boycotting the Oscars.
But it's supposed to be about quality. It's not supposed to be about money, right?
Wow.
That's right. I agree.
And a lot of quality performances that weren't nominated.
But who are you going to bump out? Whose performance are you going to say wasn't as good as? Because that's how you have to look at this. And the other thing is, you know, Chris Rock is the host of the Academy Awards. And so to boycott him seems just as bad as what everybody's saying. Oh. See, because to me, no, you don't have to clap, you don't have to clap, it's okay. Because we have this conversation every year, and it pisses me off. And it pisses me off because there are people, you know, there's not a lot of support for little companies who make movies that may be more diverse than everything else. But you can't bitch about it just on Oscar time. You have to look and say, and I am mad, so don't be surprised. And keep your emails and text. Okay? Keep all that to yourself, because I don't care. I really don't.
Here's a question, though. When they have the bigger groups of people that they have to narrow down to the top 5. Were the larger groups, did they have diversity? Were there Latino? Were there Black?
Everybody who it is possible to nominate, anybody who was in a movie, you can nominate them.
Okay.
You, as an actor, I can nominate anybody who was in a movie. The same with the best movies. I can nominate any movie I want that's on the list. And every movie is on the list, including Ride Along and Ride Along 2.
That's very true.
But
they're all there.
So maybe the people who are doing the nominating are too white.
And 94% of them are white. And if the president, Cheryl Boone, just came out with
No.
Yes.
I make movies for a living. Let me tell you what the problem is. It's not that the people nominating are too white. They're not looking at a movie and saying, oh, that's very white, I'm not going to nominate that black movie. They're not sitting there like that. What's the problem is, the people who can be helping to make movies that have blacks and Latinos and women and all that, that money doesn't come to you because the idea is that there's no place for black movies. If there are more than 2 black people in a movie, I'm telling you.
But look,
listen to me. I understand that.
Right,
but she wants to get the nominees in.
Let me just say, let me read this. Cheryl Boone Isaacs, right? She became the Academy's first African-American president in 2013. She's been making these strides to shift demographics, but she has made a statement saying that there needs to be more diversity. She's working on more diversity, and she's so frustrated.
Can we talk about Aunt Viv?
Can I bring up issue?
Can I bring something up that's trended?
It's not in. Listen, let me explain something to you. There has never been, in the history of movies, there has not been a plethora of black movies made because people believe we don't want to see movies with black people in them. So until you start making movies like The Avengers, where you see more than 70 white folks saving the earth, and I am mad about this. You know why? Because I would like to be one of those people saving the earth, but they're not coming to me.
And you should be.
Yes, but that is the point with all of these. In Carol, in Star Wars, there are 2 black people.
If Carol starred black people, I would have seen it.
Well,
Can I
yeah.
also add something? Because
Yes,
it was
yes,
too
go ahead,
white for me. I was like, I can't, another K
Go
plus
ahead.
movie. I can't.
Go ahead.
Ann Viv, the actress Janet Hubert, who was Ann Viv on Fresh Prince, she made a big statement. She wrote an article for the Huffington Post criticizing Jada Pinkett Smith, who obviously she worked with Will Smith on Fresh Prince. And it was very interesting because Jada she's boycotting the Oscars. She made a big statement about it. And what I call her Aunt Viv, because, you know, that's how I know her. She said, I find it ironic that somebody who has made their living has made millions of dollars from the very people you're talking about boycotting just because you didn't get a nomination, and that they have a production company that can actually make movies.
This is my
But
point.
can they
starring
greenlight
more
it?
black actors? So
Yes.
why
Doesn't
are you
a studio-
boycotting? Make more
No.
movies.
Doesn't a studio head
Listen,
have
oh
to
my
greenlight?
God,
Don't
no.
we really need
They-
African American stakeholders in the room?
No, you
she
need
is.
people who will make you need production companies that will
Hi,
make
Joy,
the
how you
movies. The
feeling?
people that.
How are
well,
you?
know what? I talk about God, you got to talk about these damn movies. Okay? You got to talk about the movies. The issue is, look, this happens every year, and so
Right.
there are more movies made with people of color.
But how
so
do we
that
do
people
that? How do we
you
do
get
that?
the people who have the production companies to hire. You make a stink all year, not just once a year, but all year. You need orange juice? Yeah.
Yeah.
You okay?
You know what?
So boycotting
Boycotting doesn't work, and it's also a slap in the face of
Hilarious Chris Rock.
Chris Rock,
By the
and
way, it's gonna be great.
I find that also wrong. So I'm not going to boycott, but I'm going to continue to bitch as I have all year round because I'm tired of seeing movies where no one is represented except a bit of the population, not all of it.
I don't
but
think
a
we
bit.
can underestimate the power of a boycott. I think the people in
Sonny,
Montgomery that
you
own
know
the bus
what?
companies felt the power of the boycott.
That is a very
They need to.
but you have
There's
to
a
have-
multi-pronged approach, Whoopi.
Let
You
me
don't only
explain
have to
something
have
to-
one approach. There could
You-
be several.
Sonny.
Whoopi's mad at me.
No, I'm not mad at you, but I find it ironic that you would use the Montgomery bus boycott. Let me explain to you about the bus boycott. Those were asses in seats getting up, getting off the bus. You want to boycott something? Don't go see the movies that don't have your representation
I
in it.
agree. I
That's the
agree.
boycott
That
you want.
is true. That is true. But they did it on MLK
anything
Day
else
for a
is
reason.
on us. Anything else is on us. As those of us who can make movies, who do make movies, who are not saying, hey, how come none of us are in these movies and we don't say anything, we just accept it, that's
And
an
maybe
issue.
we need to stop
We'll be
purchasing
right-
those movie tickets as
I
well.
just said that. We'll be right back.
Trip flashback. How the woman who exposed Monica Lewinsky is back with new bombshell claims against Bill Clinton later.
Hey, welcome back. You know, Candace hadn't been feeling well for the past couple of hours, so that's why I asked if she needed some juice, and we felt it would be better for her to get some rest.
Yeah.
And she didn't want you to think she just walked off and wasn't having it. She just really wasn't feeling well.
Right.
So we got her back. So, you know, yeah. All right.